What's up, guys? I'm Jake.
Joshua D-Day.
And Dylan Bain.
And welcome to Behind the Lines, the series where we discuss the lyrics, meaning, and background of all of our songs. Today, we will be discussing our newest song, Stride. The flower we selected to represent this song is the snapdragon. It's a bloom which grows in harsh environments, places where a lot of other plants are unable to grow. And so in doing that, it provides this beauty in places that may be devoid of life. And so it goes through all that adversity it encounters with an element of grace that kind of ties back to the definition of the word stride and really ties into the lyrical content of the entire track, which again is about pushing through adversity when things get tough. The choruses and the sort of EDM breakdown that happens later in the song in particular, my lyrics take a backpacker's perspective on pushing through adversity, where you're out on the trail for a few days and your options are quite literally push on through to the end or die trying and you don't make it out. Whereas Bain had a little bit of a different take in his rap verses.
Right, so with this being my first song that I've written with Normandy, I really gravitated towards the concept because I feel like with me having done music for as long as I have, I've dealt with a lot of adversity from starting out by myself in a small town making rap music to being in metalcore bands and jumping through the hoops in those scenes to finding my own sound by myself later on and then finally landing here with these boys. I've been through a lot and a lot that I've had to deal with, and I felt this as a good avenue to be able to show how relatable that is and talk about that essentially. I stated that this is the path that I follow, everything else is leaving me hollow because music is all that I feel like I'm good at or want to do. So with all the adversity I faced with that, that's my take on my lyrics with that.
And it was, when we were originally creating the first batch of songs for this new album cycle that we've entered, we knew that the first track we wanted to release needed to do two things. First, it needed to heavily feature and showcase Mr. Bain here, especially from out the gate. He's the first voice you hear in this new album cycle and really show what he brings to the table, and the response we've gotten has been awesome. I don't think I've seen one thing that hasn't been 10 out of 10. Such a great addition to the band, which has been super cool. But then on top of that, we tend to get lumped into the sort of rock metalcore scene, and I think over the past couple years especially, that scene has started to, the people who are at the top of that scene have created this sound that most other artists who are up and coming are aspiring to create, but they sort of tend to get lost in the noise as they're doing that. So we knew we wanted to create something a little more refreshing, a little more unexpected. As you're listening through and you get to the different sections of each of the tracks that we're pumping out in this new album cycle, we want you to be surprised as you're going from front to end. And Jake had a big part in helping with creating this song from the get-go, with kind of noodling with the intro riff that's used in the beginning of the song and the pre-choruses later on. And then we knew we wanted to do that sort of unexpected, really ambitious, innovative thing with the video as well.
Yeah, so big shout out to Yog. He did a fantastic job on this video, putting our vision together. The video itself in a way is just about, in our words, how can we portray, traveling or trying to overcome adversity. You've got an astronaut who's waking up from cryo sleep and her ship is getting ready to crash into this other world. Finally does, she has to get up, she has to go and fight the odds, that this new world provides her. And I think that translates really well into everybody's, daily lives where, there are new things that we experience every day, and sometimes it is very difficult to surpass those situations and come out on top. But at the end of the day, if you just remain headstrong and take it all in stride, then you will overcome those obstacles. And I think that's what that video, for me anyway, was trying to portray. And again, Yo did an amazing job with the visuals and putting that together. So thanks again.
Yeah, and to wrap it all up, I think on top of all of that, this song has been a really cool way to create chemistry among this group of guys that is Normandy, like, the elite, like this is, the people who followed us for a long time know we've been through a few members, and I think we have landed in a place now where it's like, no, this is the lineup, like these are my boys. And
I mean,
like
even then we've transitioned members, but Gabe was actually
the
monster.
Yeah, like my co-founder was the alien creature.
So,
he's the guy who played the creature. Yeah.
Thanks to Sarah for that costume. Fantastic job on that.
Yes.
So spent a lot of time.
Yeah, well, the reason I said the chemistry thing too is because you did the take it all in stride, and as you did the inhale, we knew what it was like. That was not scripted. We knew what you were going for. There's just such a chemistry there, and I think this song was a great way for us to start building that in the writing process. And so it's been just so awesome and humbling to see the response to it so far, and know that the thing that we feel so positive about, like our relationship with one another and what we're able to create through that, has been received well. And so we are just very excited to share what else we've got cooking up. And thank you guys for tuning in.